Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Burning Truth. I am the man.
The myth. The legend.
See, he hasn't deafened you this week.
Makes a nice change.
Yeah.
Nathan Goff.
Across, well, right by me, is the Thunder Bastard. It is
The man who it's never his fault.
the Ginger Assassin, Johnny Blaze.
Hi.
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 How you doing?
How you doing?
Why does sound like Joe Tribbiani?
Hey.
How you doing?
Bite me.
I'm not that way inclined.
Not yet, anyway. So,
No, it's not what I heard when he's had a few jars.
an interesting week. As we went off the air last week, Cody Rhodes
Oh,
handed in his resignation.
are we not doing an introduction for the?
Am
for
I
the team boy?
completely non-existent?
He isn't here this week.
I am here.
He's just a voiceover.
Screw off.
He's just a pre-recorded voiceover that happens to interact very well with what we're saying
For once.
Screw off.
for the first time ever.
I'm having this version more often.
Yeah, it's more fun.
No.
I was expecting him to do it. You know, he just doesn't know how to play well with others, does he? I think
He's not a professional.
No.
Hey, I didn't know.
He had
anything
one
wrong.
job and he
One
fucked
job.
Now you can't pin that one on me because you didn't warn me in advance.
I shouldn't have to warn you. A respected and well-timed
Think about it,
and
think about
travelled
it.
journalist like
Think
yourself.
about it. I just introduced the man, the myth, the legend, Nathan Goff. He then introduced you,
The Thunder Bastard.
and then you didn't have the decency to.
So, across from me...
Across from him, it's the
It-
bloke whose podcast this is.
No, it is the man who can only sell merch on a street corner. It is the man who has got more hosts than the Godfather's garden shed. You know, hide the children and women. It is Matt Burns.
Hide the women and children.
Well, the children want the merchandise, and the women want...
The women want to
Ah.
gouge their eyes out. I mean, did I say that out loud?
'Cause it's time.
Whoa.
To kick in with the
funk
podcast.
soul brother. Soul Train. Leave it there.
It's a very slow-moving train.
I still got you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's more built for comfort than it is for speed.
Oh, yes.
Hell yeah!
There's plenty of pushing on that cushion.
How you doing?
He's definitely got the mojo for the hype. You fucking stick your broski in her boots.
How you doing?
Speechless. Absolutely speechless.
Gimmick infringement
Give me
is
infringement.
at least 100,000 in court. And Matt Burns speechless. It's priceless. Thank you, MasterCard.
However, I can
You're
just.
welcome.
Why can I just see cease and desist in mailboxes later?
I don't know.
Again, John Cena's just had one of them.
Has he?
Yes.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Nice segue. John
Good
Cena.
segue to getting into serious conversation.
What do you think John Cena has got a cease and desist for?
Unfortunately, the last 3 or 4 years have kind of gone against the argument because when I could have happily said pretending to be a wrestler. But his body of work in the last few years has kind of rendered
So-
that null and void.
What usually happens when John Cena decides he wants to make a comeback?
He comes up with about
New t-shirts.
14 new pieces of merchandise.
Yes. Well, one of these merchandise happens to be the T-shirt, which actually looks like the American brand of Blue Ribbon,
Oh dear.
Oh.
which they threatened on Twitter to John Cena. I've got a chokehold that even you can see. It's called cease and desist.
And
Cena's
yet,
down. Cena's down.
and yet he carried on.
No, so they've had to change it to something that looks less like it, and they've managed to do that in 16 hours. So imagine all them
Impressive.
shirts that have been made that are never going to be worn again.
There's probably a fairly large warehouse full of them somewhere in New
So
Jersey.
basically, what you're saying is, damn t-shirts can actually literally say to everybody, "You can't see me."
Well, if someone can get their hand on one of them t-shirts, I'd be very interested in one.
I would be very interested. Also,
Because they're going to be worth some money if they
Oh,
ever made
definitely.
mainstream market.
you have to guess they'd printed a few before
Yeah.
it was done. Like I say, if anyone lives in the New York or New Jersey area and knows where there's a warehouse, there might be a large stack of John Cena t-shirts, which will
Maybe.
never be available to the public.
Maybe. But we'll have to see how that goes.
So that's John Cena's cease and desist.
Yep.
Let's move on. So, last week as we were closing up on the air, something very sad happened.
Very sad.
Matt Burns didn't lose his virginity, folks. He's still got that intact. You can find that on eBay next to his sanity.
We said sad, not tragic.
And that sanity might be getting sold very, very quickly.
Who pressed the angry button on the Matt Burns voiceover meter?
I know, it's brilliant, isn't it? You know, he's actually got a range of emotion that he doesn't normally display. I fucking wonder where funny is on that dial on the back.
Good luck with that one. Keep turning it.
And I have a message.
Somebody had fucking one job to literally have the phone off.
No,
Oh, no, come on.
because I want to interact with people. Unlike you,
What? Pardon?
I spend the day interacting with people
Pardon?
and winding people up.
Pardon? Mister who doesn't go on Twitter because he doesn't accept so many words.
If they opened it up past 140 characters, I might decide to use Twitter.
Okay, I'll get on to in time to get it to 141 just for you.
Yeah, and then I'll make sure it's an especially big fuck you to Matt Burns as my first tweet.
Hashtag fuck you Matt Burns would be his first trending topic.
I'm down with that.
So, Cody Rhodes asked for his release and it was granted a couple of days after last Saturday. I think it was granted on Monday or Sunday.
It was on Sunday.
And then Evan Styles, besides going on the internet saying, I'm not going, asked for her release 2 days later.
Boom.
No
But-
doubt after quite a lot of gentle persuasion.
And this is the ironic thing. Are you aware of what's just happened to Jose Mourinho over here?
What? As in
The football manager.
What he is just about to do.
No, what's happened that's held him up and what he's about to do.
Oh, you're on about his name.
What?
Gimmick rights. So Jose Mourinho didn't own the rights to Jose Mourinho.
Do you know who did?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
How on earth has he managed to leave them and
His name.
not find this out?
He sold them the rights so he could get the payments from like all the stuff that he does, like Jose Mourinho's Chosen Ones and everything like that on the internet.
Alright.
So they were going to handle all the payments, but it's cost him $500,000 to get his rights back.
Ouch.
Now, who owns the rights to Cody Rhodes? The name, not the man,
I would imagine the answer to that is
WWE.
WWE.
because Cody Rhodes has never competed anywhere else,
Nope.
unlike Dustin Reynolds.
Yeah. Who has competed in... Well, he's been around a while. He was in WCW, wasn't he?
He's been in WCW as the American Nightmare. He's been in
TNA as
TNA
Black Rain, amongst other things. So
and as Dustin Reynolds, or Cowboy Dustin Reynolds as well. So he's got plenty of thingy. His father did, but this is the thing. Cody hasn't. So straight away, the second if he goes to say, "Oh, I'm Cody Rhodes in another company," bang, he's gonna have a lawsuit.
yes, immediately.
And he can't use the word Stardust, but then again, I highly doubt he wants to use that.
I sincerely doubt he'll want to use the word.
No,
go
but-
anywhere near Stardust. But the fact that
Cody
WWE
Rhodes.
owns his name is a bit of a problem.
Possibly, but he will be able to use his real name, which is Cody Reynolds.
Reynolds, yes.
So we'll have to just see how that goes. In the sense,
But what do you think of him asking for his release? Have you seen the statement that he released
Yeah.
on Twitter?
it's some of the arguments that he's been having with supposedly. A big part of it is he actually buried some of the head writers of wrestling of WWE. stating that he wanted to drop the Stardust gimmick
He
and
really,
become,
really
and become
kept,
himself again.
apparently
The
kept
rumour
dropping
was
hints that he wanted to drop.
Vince had agreed to it in February, but changed his mind in March.
Yeah. Now, would you have been happy to see Cody Rhodes return and drop the whole Stardust?
Depends what they were going to do with him.
As Stardust,
I've never been a big Cody Rhodes fan.
you haven't. I have.
I find him a little bit bland.
I've
Apart from
honestly-
his heel, when he had the mask on, when he was the undashing.
because he
Undashing.
broke his face.
Yeah.
Because the whole feud against Mysterio.
Yes. That was about the only time that I ever got invested in his
And
character,
then
I've got to be honest.
you hear his music just go from his more up, Smoke and Mirrors really up to really slow and dark. Different. Definitely different. But we'll have to, at the moment though, the question is what's his next step right now? Is he going to jump over to
Well, he
He
has
can't.
said he will wrestle again, but
after?
No.
with TNA, has he not
He's
got a
not-
90-day? No.
No.
contract?
No. Now, because he's asked for his release, which is what WWE has actually done with Daniel Bryan, anytime you ask for your release, you have to honour your contract. So he still had a contract to wrestle with X amount of dates on it.
For
Oh, dear.
how much longer?
They haven't released that. But like Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan wanted to go to Dragon Gate and everywhere and
Yeah.
still wrestle
And
a
he
bit.
can't.
And he can't
Which-
because he still owes WWE X amount of dates.
So that makes me think it's more than 90 days that he had left on his contract. If
No, it's not days.
It's dates.
It's dates.
all right, yeah.
Which means number of shows, number of matches.
Yes. Interesting.
So,
they've not released
There's the rumour is that he's going to be made to actually just sit there
that. To
and
sit
do
and do
fuck all.
nothing until his.
Which then straight away.
Because they don't have to pay him because he's asked for the release as well.
yeah,
But
so-
he
so
still has to honour his.
he has to honour his contract even though he's not getting paid for it. That sucks.
That does kind of suck.
Because if he breaks it,
Yeah, he owes WWE money.
yeah.
Oh, a lot of money.
More than he'd probably make for your average indie booking. So it's
Well,
not
it
worth
depends
him
where you
doing
go as well.
It's not
Yeah.
your average. There are exceptions.
True.
Adding Styles isn't that much of a loss.
No, I was going to say, it may anger a few people who are fans of his, but I don't think Cody Rhodes is that much of a loss. I think, unfortunately, due to the way he's been booked, and the fact that
The difference is,
he
Cody
wasn't taken
Rhodes,
seriously as Stardust,
depending
was
on
he?
how he's being booked, he could be booked as a proper higher upper mid carder. He could be.
He was never going to be
Yeah.
world champion.
No, he could be
Well,
booked
some
as a
people
high
would
tier
say
mid
he
carder,
was ready.
but he wasn't, and I
But
think
he
that's
wasn't.
affected his market value a bit.
He wasn't world champion yet. He could be if he was sent down the right path. But at the moment, he's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
He's got a long way to go before he'd even reach that.
There's more talented all-round performers ahead of him, especially now.
Definitely. Oh, especially now that WWE is
Like you've got Kevin
open the
Owens,
floodgates.
Zayn,
Owens,
Cesaro.
Zayn, Cesaro, to name but three.
Balor,
Yeah,
Then
Samoa
Samoa
Joe,
Samoa Joe,
more
Ambrose.
rounded performers.
AJ
I'd even
Styles.
add Austin Aries to that.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
No,
Yeah, I know you don't like him.
Shinsuke
I-
Nakamura. Oh,
I-
you're not a
I
fan.
think I am.
I'd rather have the Red Power Rangers as World Heavyweight Champion.
Really.
Really?
Yeah, I'd quite
hatred
happily
runs
take
deep.
Jason David Frank as my World Heavyweight
would,
Champion.
Would you rather give The Miz a second run?
Yes, add the mid to that list.
Wow. The hatred runs deep, I can see that.
Really?
Really? Any excuse? But no, okay, we can see, yeah, there is genuinely no liking for Nakamura.
No, Nakamura has got his place on the card. But I don't want to see a strong style match every time for the World Heavyweight title.
Well,
It's a wrestling title, it isn't an MMA title.
that's a valid point.
True, that is a valid point, but some people could say that with Brock Lesnar. Goes in, kills.
Brock Lesnar's got more suplexes than Nakamura's got moves.
You mean Lesnar can do a German suplex more times?
Oh no, we can do the belly to belly overhead suplex.
He can do that.
He can do
that
a
weird one
clothesline.
where they go to kick him and they've got
He
one
can
leg
also
up in the air.
knock the hell out of a certain Bray Wyatt family member.
Yeah,
There's also a triple power bomb.
fair point. You don't.
Yeah,
Lesnar has
five.
a wide range of moves, and you don't like Nakamura.
He also
His points are coming across crystal clear.
It isn't that I don't like Nakamura. Nakamura's got his place, could be quite a decent mid-card competitor, probably have a good run with the Intercontinental title. We just need to get back to the point now where people realise not everyone can be World Heavyweight Champion.
Well,
Because if
that's the
everyone
thing.
could be World Heavyweight Champion, I could be a world-class fucking footballer.
And I could win the bloody BDO darts tournament.
You still could.
Actually, to be fair, that's a bad example. I still could. But yeah, fair point. I understand that. Santino Marella understood that. And he was happy with his place
in
on
the
the
women's
card.
division.
No, but he was happy with his place in the card, you know. Not everyone can be World Heavyweight Champion. That's
He just
the point.
accepted that, hasn't he?
I'm just
That's
trying
fine.
to pretend you didn't say it.
That's fine. He accepts it.
Harvey Winkleman's been women's champion.
Harvey Whippleman, so he has. Wow. Yeah. There's a thought.
Moving on.
Moving swiftly on.
Anything else you'd like to bring up?
I'm just trying to think what else happened
Are
this
there
week.
any other current WWE performers who are in a prominent position who you genuinely don't really see the appeal of?
Who I don't see the appeal of.
Who you rate
Dean
as...
Ambrose. Now, a couple of months ago, I thought Dean Ambrose was on the Express to Greatness. What the fuck have they done?
Giving him a chat show and made him best friends with a pot plant. That's what they've done.
That is basically like giving Hugh Hefner a nice shiny blue pill, and then him still not getting the job done.
And then
Oh.
a nice shiny blue pill and then a DVD in a little pot.
Oh! They're being harsh there on Dean.
No,
Poor
No,
Dean
I'm
Ambrose
I'm
has. He,
detailing
did.
his metaphor.
He
Dean Ambrose
was-
has lost a little bit of his...
Oh yeah, he has.
luster,
since
definitely.
Lesnar, like if you look at the feuds
No.
and the
In
build-up
actual
to
fact,
Lesnar,
I actually agree with you on this because straight away I know exactly where you're going to go. Before Lesnar, he was high up. He was there. Lesnar come, kill, F5 onto a chair. Bye bye, Ambrose, out the main event picture.
and then go on to feud with Jericho. Not a bad place to
Not
go.
a bad place to go. But,
But where the fuck
Fuck,
does
is
coming? Does he think he's Mick Foley? Is he going to come in next and see Shane in the hospital and try and make him balloons and everything?
we get that he's a bit unhinged, or at least that's what they're trying to portray him as. But yeah, that I don't get that at all. And don't even get me started on the match. I hope there's never another Asylum match as long as I live.
I am going to compare something that will make my colleagues actually wince. It is as bad
Bracing myself to
as
wince.
the dog kennel from Hell match.
Eek. It is as bad as the Extreme Rules Elimination Chamber match from the days when they reanimated the bloated
There's
corpse
two
of
matches it
ECW.
reminds me of. It reminded me of a certain pay-per-view match. A certain match that TNA had. Oh, wait, they were both in TNA. One of them being Raven's Clockwork Orange.
Do you know what else it reminded me of?
Go on.
I can't remember the name of it because I want to say
Lethal Lockdown.
I want to say
Oh,
Lethal
boom.
Lockdown, but it's not. Is
I'm
it?
gonna say
is
Lethal
it?
Lockdown.
It's the one where they have the roof on
Yeah,
the cage
Lethal
and the
Lockdown.
weapons. Yeah, it's that one.
Straight on.
It reminded me of Lethal.
Straight
Lockdown.
on. Which
Crossed
I
with the
understand
Extreme Rules Elimination
that
Chamber.
by having the weapons there, great, fine. The problem that match had is they dragged it out
They
way too long.
they
And last month they had a dragged out match.
the best I can
But
say for it.
last month they could actually say, "Oh, that happened because of a certain accident happening."
Yeah.
They couldn't say it this month. Oh wait, no, we've got weapons up on top of a cage. I know, we'll make him use every single one of them.
Well, the best you can say for that match was at least the pot plant wasn't involved in the finish. Because would have just dragged it. Any
Could you
semblance of
imagine
dignity it had.
if Mitch had got the pinfall instead of Ambrose? It'd be like Al Snow in the fucking deer head all over again.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, but are both of you not a tiny little bit surprised WWE didn't try and go with that, knowing what they're like and knowing their past record for that sort of thing.
No, I think WWE does actually have a little bit of sense in the sense of if they did that, people, there is breaking realism and whatnot, but that would just be literally just saying, "Oh look, we're just gonna give you this. He won the match, not Dean Ambrose. Bye bye." That would be literally questioning our intelligence. And I will
WWE
say,
does more
WWE
times than
does
you care to
more
admit.
times than we care to admit, but I think they do actually have a line.
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. But if you think that is the other side of that line,
Would
then
you
fair
say they
enough.
have a line?
Well, for insulting our intelligence.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. It's a very thin line. I don't know how far Vince draws it to the office door, but
I think it's the line that Vince stands behind when he's taking his morning leak, to be honest, and he's all over it. And he's just like, oh, that's that problem solved.
what I'm wondering is when Vince is going to kick himself off an office chair again when someone tries to dance on the table.
You just want that moment again, don't you? And the question is who do you want it to be?
What, the next one of them?
The next female that does that to Vince.
Lorna. If we're going to see some, if we're going to see some 6 o'clock on television, it might as well be of the Ravishing Russian.
Fair enough, with Rusev in the background going, crash!
Putin might as well give us something useful to watch.
Mushka! Mushka!
Interesting fact. Who has Lorna just teamed up with in NXT at the live event?
I have not seen NXT live events in the last week or so I cannot
Nikki
answer
Storm
that. Ah,
to take on Asuka and Liv Morgan.
interesting.
Ooh. That'd be interesting.
And she's actually got out the singlet now. She's got a 2-piece ring gear.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd like that.
You want to go back to One Piece, don't you?
Yeah.
And
You want to go back to One Piece.
and the less appropriate, the better, as far as you're concerned.
Of course.
Quite happily go back to a 1 piece. But like this new 2-piece,
Makes
it doesn't look like flattering either.
Does it not?
Well, whereas the other one didn't look that flattering, but it had the desired effect.
Pieces of elastic and piano wire generally.
Yeah,
Yes,
and,
yes,
and thigh-high
I know.
slapper boots.
Yes, I
it had
know,
the
because
design effect.
if I remember, didn't he just go, and watch, and rewind, and watch?
Yeah, how many TiVo boxes of yours did he break? Just rewinding that constantly.
I'll have to get a subscription on TiVo boxes.
Yeah, he's broke it again. Send a new one round. But it's only been 20 minutes. Yeah, sorry, Lana was on Raw.
Yeah, sorry, you did, you did leave the WrestleMania on, didn't you?
Seriously, the pile of broken TiVo boxes in Matt Burns' back garden.
Back garden?
You have to dump them somewhere, don't you?
No, I took them somewhere nice. Junkyard.
Okay.
They had moments.
You've cleared the mountain that was obscuring the sun from your backyard. Yeah.
Pretty
okay.
much. I did have to eventually clear them out because I did actually wonder when, when people were going to be starting asking, why the hell can't I see? Why is there a mountain in the backyard?
And all because of Lana's ring gear, which now you don't have to worry about because she's changed it, as Nathan said, to something far less flattering. I fear we're getting massively sidetracked here.
Just a bit.
So,
Let's return, shall we, to a serious talking point.
let's have a look what the main piece of news is this week. SmackDown goes live, and
Ooh.
the return of the draft.
I was going to do a drum roll on the table there, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
where
yeah,
the
yeah,
mic
yeah.
is, so I thought better
Don't
of it.
break the mic!
That's where the mic is, so I thought better
We
of
don't want mics being broken.
it. No!
Because if mics get broken, we go off the air.
Imagine a drum roll, people, because I don't have a table to do it on.
I'm not even going to attempt it. The best person to do drum rolls would be the man, the myth, the legend, as he's
But he's
Performer.
currently checking his social media updates, so...
No,
moving on.
he's just being ignorant, I think.
Yeah, I have a message from a sound girl.
The sound girl.
Yeah, who apologises that she can't be here today.
All
Go on.
right.
Go on, let's hear it.
Wishing us all the best. Not too happy about the John Cena being sued. She says she loves John Cena and wants to see more things come out. And
Well, she's got Memorial Day to see him.
yeah, I know. And then if you want watching more, you've got True Grit.
Oh yeah, definitely True Grit. Definitely. So you got
Yes.
plenty to watch there.
Yes.
But no. So let's move on to the draft. What are your main thoughts about the draft?
It's a good idea.
It's good and bad points.
Obviously, it has its negative points, which let's hope that we're going to dwell on them. I can imagine, but let's hope the WWE don't. But it's in the most part, it's a
points.
good idea.
Good point. It's going to allow lower carders to get more time, more
Because
airtime to be able to, basically, they're not wasting their contract.
No, the good point is it's going to make SmackDown relevant again. It's not just going to be 2 hours of airtime and they're like, shit, what can we fill this with?
And it's not. Well, it's going to take some time for the crew of SmackDown get used to being live again.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say so anymore.
I wouldn't say.
Not as
no.
much.
Because the crew that does SmackDown is the same crew that does Raw.
Is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not too bad, that.
So yeah, no, like I said, I think it just basically SmackDown had got to the point where it needed something to give it a bit of a kick,
Yeah.
kick it back into life, and this
Which
will
I think
do
this
it.
will do it. There is ups and downs. Would you care to mention any downs?
The downs, it's going to show how thin of main event talent they are for a little bit.
Temporarily, yeah.
Of proper main event talent. Because you're actually going to have to build the stars up properly.
Well, but on the plus side, it means they are actually going to have to spend some time building the stars up properly, which will mean in the long run it's better because they have a deeper main event picture. No complaints
Potentially.
there, provided they can do that and not undermine their own booking in building of the stars.
Other positives, other negatives, you might have 2 heavyweight championships again.
That
May
is
have.
a negative, but also I think a necessary evil.
Why is it?
Not necessarily. It's not necessarily evil.
Actually, when they did the first brand split, how long was the champion floating for before they committed him to one brand and created the other one?
For a bit,
It was
but
a
then-
good 6 months, wasn't it?
It was a good
And
while.
it worked.
That was over a year.
It was
Oh,
over
yeah,
a year,
and it worked.
but then they had Stephanie say that she's paying Brock Lesnar way more money to be exclusive to SmackDown.
Yes.
And
which is
then
why they
Bischoff
created-
decided to bring
Try out
back
the big gold belt.
the big gold belt and
Yeah.
instantly pass it to the Golden Child.
and not even have a title match. Just, here you go, here's the title.
Here you go, Golden Child, Triple H.
Yes.
Here you go, Vince Jr.
I actually genuinely think that you're right. It would be better if they just had kept the one major title, because that way the champ's floating between the two brands, which keeps his feud ideas fresh, and that way it makes the Intercontinental and US title mean something.
As
Because
well.
they basically become the premier titles on that brand.
So, we were discussing earlier what we think will happen. So, for the time being, you'll have one women's champion who floats,
Yeah,
tag champions float,
Who floats?
who float, and the world
I'm
heavyweight
gonna say
champion.
I
That's
see-
and the
it.
world champion floats.
Yeah, floats.
The IC champion stays on Raw, US goes to SmackDown.
Do you think that therefore means that there should be the reintroduction of
A third tier title.
third tier title? Call it the European title, call it the television title, call it what you will.
So for SmackDown, you've got the light heavyweight title,
and
like they used to have.
yeah, and so for Raw, would they
At the
have another
moment,
variation of the cruiserweight light heavyweight title, or would they have
No.
a television title? Or
I would like to see the European, but I could see them going with a TV title.
given that they've got 3 hours of Raw to fill every week, having a guaranteed title match every week on Raw is a good draw. It helps fill a segment or two.
however,
as
I think SmackDown's got a bit of an advantage by just being 2 hours because I think Raw, as much as 3 hours as we're
well.
getting
I think
more action.
if we've got 3 hours, then they might as well have a television title, because that's the whole point of it. It's a guaranteed title match every week, which they can use to elevate someone. Let's say they want to give them the television title before they move them into
they can
the
be elevated in
move
different.
them before they move
you
them
don't
into
no. The problem with that is what
the
you're saying is
Intercontinental
you're
title
saying
picture.
you need to have a title to be elevated.
No,
Do you agree with that?
I'm just saying it's a good way to give a title to someone
No, do you agree
who
with that?
maybe isn't ready to fight for the heavyweight title yet.
If you need to give quick credibility, a title's there for that purpose.
It is
That's
for
what
that
I'm saying.
purpose.
Yeah.
However, by just creating it just as regular TV that can also, if an extra bounce has been there, that can
Certain
also take
people-
away.
Grow above the title eventually.
Yeah, certain people will.
So people like John Cena. John Cena doesn't need a belt anymore. The belt needs John Cena.
Yeah,
Just like
yeah.
Randy
when he
Orton.
comes back, I would argue Randy Orton doesn't need a title anymore.
Triple H doesn't need a title.
Well, you'll get one.
He'll-
Big Show doesn't need a title anymore.
No, we don't. Kane doesn't.
well, basically anyone who you can class as a veteran in like Kane or Big Show.
I don't know. I'd argue Mark Henry could do with a title.
Yeah,
Well, I'd argue that that's one argument for having two separate heavyweight titles, because then you give Mark Henry one of them, and it wouldn't necessarily.
But no, I don't think Mark Henry gets a title ever again now.
You don't
He
think he will, but you think he should. That's what.
I think
Or he would benefit from.
he'd benefit from like a TV title or something, because he could give it credibility, but it could also give him credibility again.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Because now he's just like a jobber that can like be overcome. Like you don't know if he's heel or face. He just chuckles from week to week eating Goldust pizza.
That right.
Do you know? No, never mind. Carry on.
Carry on.
But no, so I'd probably go with a TV title for Raw, where you
uh,
have where the matches go about 20-25 minutes.
a good segment filler to stop
So
a couple
I'd
of.
have it like your wrestlers like Dean Malenko and Perry Saturn, the ones that aren't
Yeah.
naturally brilliant on the mic, but
But
are
who
good
can
to
go.
watch. So like Cesaro would be brilliant with a TV title.
Yeah, he would actually. He's not.
He would. He'd bring that plenty. But straight away, one person that comes up straight away for TV title is the current IC champion, The Miz.
The Miz would also,
Well, he'd want to be the TV champion.
in theory, make a
because
good
he's
TV
Mr.
champion because.
Because he's Mr. Hollywood.
Would he?
But would he? Because he's Hollywood. Hollywood is not TV. There's a big difference.
He's a box office superstar. Why would he
Why
want
would
to
he
be on
lower himself to
TV
be on
every
television?
week?
It's still cash flow.
What?
It's, no. I think that's at cross purposes. Like, Nathan
Yeah,
says.
true,
He wants to
true.
be a Hollywood star. He doesn't want to lower himself to be on TV.
No.
He wants box office.
True. But if it ever got to the point where he's not getting his major stars, he'd want to go to
Yeah,
TV.
Cesaro
Because
definitely would make
you
it.
still get some people who are major movie stars still doing
Promote-
TV.
Say Samoa Joe gets promoted to the main roster. That's a perfect role for him as well. As the guy who's just he's got the TV title.
Good call.
Try and take it off him.
But it all depends on.
And then you're saying a whatever they're going to call it, light heavyweight cruiserweight title for the other brand, SmackDown.
Maybe a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
So people like, could you imagine Kalisto versus Sin Cara? Some of the matches they could have.
Yeah, they would be stellar. No denying it.
No, they don't it.
And then after, you could bring some of the guys up from the Cruiserweight series. You could potentially try get Zack Sabre Jr. on a short-term contract.
Oh.
Or unknown Dar.
Yeah, all these
Oh.
guys. This would bring new, fresh matches, which people would pay to see. Definitely.
Definitely. And rumor has it is there is a rumor with the cruiserweight tournament. The person who might be going ahead to win it is Kyle O'Reilly.
Who?
Kyle O'Reilly from ROH. Because his
I-
contract is that might be coming up soon.
I'm aware of
Because he's
him.
actually
He
wrestling
isn't even in the
Japan.
top 10 of the people I would have considered to win it, but okay.
But a lot of people are saying he's quite big. He's been actually looked at the moment.
Genuine question, because he's the guy that I can think of as being the next indie guy that WWE would want to poach, as it were.
No?
Zack Sabre Jr.
Is not who I was thinking of. No, is
Zack-
Adam Cole considered a cruiserweight?
No.
No,
No. Okay.
definitely not.
A Cruiserweight, someone under £220, isn't it?
I know,
think
but
it is.
I haven't paid attention to too many of Adam Cole's intros. I haven't memorised how much he weighs. So
Trust me, he hasn't.
But I think Zack Sabre Jr. is my favourite to win that tournament because WWE put him on the list of best people that they haven't signed.
Correct.
Well, that's a good clue.
And he is a phenomenal wrestler.
There is
Fantastic.
absolutely
Very
no
high on the
denying
left.
that.
And
I
the best
think
thing
I've
about it is
said-
he's British.
I think I've said on this podcast before, I'm not a fan of his, but it's one of those things where I can't put a finger on why. I can't deny he's a stellar athlete, he's a really good wrestler. There's something about him that just doesn't click. It's
not
like
to you.
what-
For me, he, as much as Alberto said his finisher is his arm bar, he does the arm bar.
Yeah.
Can you say, with hand on heart, he can pull off an arm bar better than Zack Sabre Jr.? Can you?
Can't say I've seen Zack Sabre Jr. do it enough times to comment.
Do any of them pull off an armbar better than Becky Lynch?
There you go.
Potentially Zack Sabre Jr.
I'd say.
Yeah, I've seen him
Haven't
do.
seen
I've
enough.
seen him.
Okay.
I've seen him do like a modified version of it where he's stomping on someone's head at the same time.
Okay.
But Becky Lynch puts in a mean
Oh,
armbar.
she does.
She does.
Reverse arm, but nasty disarmer. But if you look up, if you want to see some serious pain for arms, look up his match at Gorilla Pro Wrestling when he went up against Chris Hero. That was just that match. Spoiler alert, of course, he won the match against Chris Hero, but the commentators literally just stated, did he tap out or did he knock him out?
What?
So,
What were we talking about? Bars of various kinds. Can I just throw a shout out there to Noam Dar for having the best named move
Oh,
in
definitely.
the history of anything ever?
Right?
The Champagne Super Knee Bar. I just mark out for the name of that move. Doesn't matter if he puts it on sloppily 9 times out of 10. I just like the name of it.
it is not as good as Grado's.
Enlighten me.
Which one?
The Wii Boot.
The Wii Boot.
Oh,
Or the Stevenson Roundabout.
That what made me laugh so much. Yeah.
no,
in case,
I give you that. That's
in
almost
case
as
you're
good.
wondering why he's laughing, is because all he just did is JB. Sorry, Johnny Borash. Johnny Blaze,
The better looking JB.
the better one.
Thank you very much.
I'm on about the other one.
Johnny
I knew
Borash.
you were. I just know. Anyway, make your point.
He basically just,
Browns.
basically did the mannerism of, is it the F5? Of course it is.
The
Yeah.
Stevenson Roundabout.
Steven's roundabout. I had to laugh my head off at that.
Nice. Yeah, they're also good names, but
Definitely.
Champagne Super Knee Bar steals
Nah.
it for me.
No, I am susceptible to the Stevenson Roundabout.
Fair play.
Well, before we get to the main subject of today,
Because heaven forbid we should meander any longer.
we have got to bring up one thing.
Who won?
What?
Last week?
I don't think that's what he meant. But okay. I think you've completely thrown him there. That wasn't what he was
Oh.
going to say.
Shockingly, no one.
Draw?
Draw.
So I'm still leading.
You're still leading. It's a draw. All because all because of one thing. I should have just kept my mouth shut and not gone different. Just for the sake of it.
Now
Voo-voo.
Now we had one job. Hey.
Did you stick with Kalisto?
Yeah, you know, I let you said.
You stupid idiot.
Wait. Whoa. You say anything, I will drop you like a bad habit. Because he turned around and said Dean Ambrose wouldn't win the Asylum match.
You will do
Well,
what?
I don't think
Excuse
he
me?
would.
And I did.
I didn't think you would either, but honestly. By the way,
Extreme Rules had no surprises. Usually, there's a rogue result that's just thrown in there just to
make-
piss people
just to
off.
annoy the internet, basically.
Just to break it.
Yeah.
Just to throw people like me off and Vince McMahon can wake up in the morning and go,
I've annoyed the universe.
I've annoyed the internet. I win.
I screwed you. You didn't screw you, because I screwed you. Whereas this time,
Yeah,
I
it's-
screwed myself.
You screwed yourself, and I screwed myself.
While we're on the subject of Extreme Rules, by the way.
However, actually,
did anyone see the
there
tweet
was
that went
there
out?
was one match that did surprise me,
Go on.
and I actually agreed with you, which I wish I went for my initial one as well. Baron Corbin. Remember, I was considering Baron Corbin, but then you convinced me to change my mind.
Yes.
Do you feel like pre-shows are actually worth anything?
Sadly not, no.
Sadly not.
Just there to get the
However,
crowd warmed up.
it was a bit different on how he finished the match. The low blow, even though there's no disqualification, But it was done quite nicely.
Well, it don't matter how you win.
No. I mean, it set the tone quite nicely. It was a bit different. Even though every match, everyone's saying, oh, it's an ODQ, they can do this, and this. But they didn't. They sort of made it look more like a straight match. And made something... That's actually legal, even though people are saying, oh, boo, you cheated to win. He didn't cheat.
No.
He could argue.
It was in the parameters of the match.
Yeah,
Which it was.
It was within the context.
But he did it in
of the
such a
rules
way
of the
where
match.
he was getting natural hit. I'll tell you this now. Baron Corbin can you ever see him being liked by the fans? Likeable. And
If he ever gets majorly injured, and I don't wish this on him,
No, of
I
course
think
not.
he'd come back as a face.
Yeah, probably.
Possibly,
Probably.
Because people who come back from career-ending injuries
Potentially career-ending injuries. If you,
usually get a decent pop. Look at
Yeah.
Seth Rollins.
but he
look at-
switched it.
Yeah, but look at Triple H when he came back.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. However, I think non-injury away, the only way they could probably get him cheated by the fans is putting him against Roman Reigns.
Well,
Stick him against John Cena.
yeah.
Oh,
There's a possibility.
that's
for
another
it.
good possibility.
Right.
However, can we see a civil war?
Did
coming down the
anyone
road?
see? Just out of interest.
No, wait. Can we see a civil war coming down? Roman Reigns, you were meant to put me over. John Cena, but so were you.
Be like HBK and Hogan. Two egos. Something's got to give.
But who's gonna get first?
So,
Just out of interest, can I ask this question quickly? You won't have because you haven't got Twitter. Did you see the tweet that went out during the Extreme Rules, which was quickly deleted, but not before half the internet retweeted it?
Which
From
one?
Mr. I'm sat at home and I no longer give a monkeys, which said, and I quote, retweet if you want to see Ryborg on the Impact
Yes,
Zone.
I did. Yes, I did.
Is that a man who's taking total leave of his senses? Or does he just know he's probably getting D45 and no longer cares?
No. I don't think he's... In all fairness, I don't think... What I think with him is he's either trying to hype up his new debut at his new wrestling company.
you haven't been
Or-
released yet, has he?
Not officially,
Not,
no.
not officially.
So he ain't going nowhere.
Or he's just doing something very, very basic with the internet. He's trolling them.
That is a possibility, but do you think that's a viable option for him? Do you think there's any
Yes,
way
it
back?
is a viable
There's
option.
any way back for him in the company?
Take into account, you have when he was Ryback, literally, just before he's doing knees, literally signaling go to sleep, just to see if he can upset CM Punk.
What was the last show he was on before all this blew up? Where he was on the
WrestleMania.
where he
pre-show.
was on the pre-show. I'm sure
Yeah.
it was the one
It's,
after WrestleMania.
Payback.
Payback pre-show.
Payback
Where
pre-show.
he did pretty much a full CM Punk entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy is deliberately trying to wind him up. So that's what I'm asking. Is this all a carefully calculated thing that he's being told to do? Or has he just lost the plot and he doesn't
No,
care
I think
anymore?
The CM Punk discussion's for a different day.
That's
yeah,
a
that's
different
probably,
day
that, to be
because
fair, that is probably a podcast.
a lot of it is quite, they really hate each other. Because Punk's got a grudge against
Yeah,
Ryback.
I've listened to any number of
yeah.
podcasts and things
And
where that's been
Ryback,
mentioned and dragged up and
is
dragged
always
up again.
stating, whenever someone's leaving, oh, I'm nicking that move.
Let's
Anyway, moving on.
get on to the main topic. That's going to be the topic for quite a few shows.
There will be, but
Probably will be,
do you want
'cause
to mention TNA?
they're not worth mentioning. Right, move on.
Shall we mention TNA?
You've mentioned it. We'll move on.
There we go. We'll move on.
Yeah.
So-
They still exist for this week. Right,
Well,
move on.
Actually,
No!
there is
No.
one
No.
topic. There is a topic
No.
of TNA. I'm sorry, but I've got to bring it up.
For
Okay.
fuck's sake.
I've got to bring it up.
Matt Burns' 10-second TNA topic.
It's,
That's
very,
all you've
it's
got.
going to be very, very quickly. Basically, there was a rumour that Pop were going to be throwing him off the air because of actually not being mentioned in the major lineup. However, it's had been let out by the actual head, the higher ups of Pop, literally stating that they will be actually keeping him around as they are the second highest rated show on there, and that if they were going to drop TNA, they would have to be literally dropping down by 20 shows. At the most,
I
before
think
they
so.
consider getting rid of him.
Wait.
So that was a message from the higher ups in the TV
Pretty
company
much,
saying
yes.
it was an oversight.
Wait.
Okay.
Just wait there a minute. You hear that sound? That's how many fucks we're given.
Worldwide. That is how
We
many.
have to cover it.
But if we want to cover something interesting, ICW's just got a TV deal in America.
There we go.
Yes, that's
Some
something that's
news.
worth talking about. That's
No,
great
that's what I'm
news.
saying. That's
That
why
is a
we brought it
company
up.
that's going
We're
in the
meant to
right
be talking
direction.
about wrestling
Yeah,
as a whole.
Yeah.
You had two companies to pick, and you chose the one that's been more raped and pillaged than Pamela Anderson's fucking pornos.
I was going to bring up ICW.
Yeah, but essentially, ICW is the company that's going in the right direction, whereas find me someone that doesn't think TNA is in the toilet.
All I'm going to just say is, be careful with your hand signals, because that did not just look right. I'm pretty sure that Nathan Goff would agree with me on that, wouldn't you? You know, you're like, you look like you're about to deliver a prostate examination. No gloves for you.
Point being, let's mention a company whose PR is mainly positive and who are going up in the world. ICW.
ICW, yeah.
Yeah, TV deal in America and Canada amongst
How
about
does that work
30
in
other
America?
countries.
Because surely Drew Galloway and Grado can't appear on another TV show at the same time that they appear on TNA.
It depends on the
I
major contract. If they've actually got a open contract with them,
Yeah, I was going to say...
it might be actually that they've actually got some time of agreement.
I don't
Because if
know.
that's the actual case, then technically Grado wouldn't really be able to wrestle for ICW because they're actually on demand, which is worldwide.
I don't know that this is official, but I'm guessing at this stage in where TNA are with their TV deal and everything else, they're not really in a position of signing people to exclusive contracts anymore. So I
True.
don't imagine it'll be a problem.
Right, so before I was so rudely interrupted by the malicious one, if you raise that finger once more,
He's
and
gonna
I'm
snap
going to turn
it
that
off, bring it
son
Turn that son bitch
sideways.
sideways.
I've got to bring up this. It's not great news, and I know it's going to cause an internal rant right now,
I'm taking a deep breath to get ready to rant right
and
now.
I don't mean you, Blaze. I know you'll follow up, but I know somebody else across from me.
Right, well, in that case, hurry up and mention it so we can rant, and then we can get onto the main
If
topic.
anybody actually watches on YouTube, is a fan of wrestling and is actually looking up through What Culture, there is a channel called What Culture Wrestling. They've just
Why
recently-
the fuck are we mentioning something that's done in the backyard?
They don't actually deserve the
they're actually
oxygen
starting
of-
their own wrestling company.
They don't deserve the oxygen of publicity. Let's talk about the
Which
main
is
topic of
And
the
every
show.
day, a 16-year-old lad is discovering how to have a wank.
That's probably more newsworthy, to be honest.
You know, we don't go covering every person that has discovered how to wank.
True, but however, this seems to be
News.
somehow getting...
Newsflash.
They might actually not be doing it out of a backyard. They might actually be doing it with a proper ring, a proper venue, proper wrestlers.
Well,
But
all
you
I
should
can
write
say
that.
is...
You know,
I'm not saying who's writing it or whatever. All I know is
who's going to write
They're
it, who's
just
going to
co-
produce it.
Where's the money
Because
coming from?
if it's a show that is built for marks by the marks, then
If there's
general
one thing-
public, it ain't going to fill out more than 150
if there's
people.
one thing it's got in common with that is all the marks live in their parents' basement and have no money. So who's going to fund it? That is another
I'm not
question.
saying that or anything, but they're actually starting a company, which is basically called What Culture Pro Wrestling.
Well, when they
Now,
do something else newsworthy, be it good or bad, maybe you can mention them again. But until then, why speculate on something that's just
It's
an
already
idea?
been announced
It's
that
just
they're
an
doing
yes,
it.
but so in theory, Global Force Wrestling exists. That doesn't mean we have to talk about it.
You
Move
really,
on.
Oh, you really want to big up Global Force Wrestling?
That doesn't mean we have to talk about
You
it.
really want to big up Global Force Wrestling, seeing as they're still doing the possible... Well, I'm not actually saying that they are the possible, you know. I'm just saying that there might be a chance that if certain people looked at it, they could be in serious trouble.
No, I don't-
As we have previously mentioned.
Yeah, they could get cease and desist orders, I'm well aware. But no, I don't want to bring them
They can
up.
actually get more than just cease and desist orders.
I don't particularly want to bring them up. I want to get to the main topic of the podcast.
That's fine,
I am
but-
merely saying, like Global Force Wrestling, they exist. That doesn't mean we should care.
True. But however, it's still part of the British wrestling, which we do cover
What culture's part of British wrestling?
in Britain.
Global Force, which is run by Jeff Jarrett,
Well,
is part
actually-
of British Wrestling.
Though that's international wrestling, which we do still also cover as well. We actually cover wrestling. But anyway, moving on, I just thought to just mention that.
It isn't wrestling though, it's a soap opera. There's a reason why we don't cover Lucha Underground.
Yeah, it's not wrestling. It
We do,
features
from time to
wrestling,
time.
but it's not really.
It features wrestling, but it's more like watching Emmerdale with a few punches thrown in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actual,
Fucking Kane Dingle should be the world heavyweight champion.
I'm not saying anything to that.
Can we talk about the main subject now before
Anyway.
we get any more off topic?
Anyway, we've got the worst of the worst. We've got some of the worst, some of the best out of the way. We've got now on to the main topic, which, as you previously mentioned, is not going to be just this week. It's going to be an ongoing theme.
Well, given that we've probably used 3/4 of this week's time already, we haven't even mentioned it yet. It's going to go at least 2 weeks. This week and next week.
Have you just interrupted me?
All you've done is interrupt me all day. I prefer the other Matt Burns that sat there and listened.
Oh,
I'm going to have to take you to Know Your Old Boulevard in a minute.
kiss my ass.
Whoa. Double copyright infringement, people. Hold your horses.
I didn't say now, kiss my ass.
Let's let Matt Burns finish his introduction for the main part of the podcast, shall we?
I was actually going to pass it over to my colleague Dan.
So, basically, you're complaining I've interrupted you when you had 3 words left to say.
Yeah, pretty much.
You bitch.
Coming from this guy who looks like Gene Snitsky, keeps interrupting people.
But isn't
He's got no decorum. He's got no decorum. He can't even introduce people right.
Right, so the next part, before I have an aneurysm,
Go on.
is our version of what we think the draft should look like. So, because we're running a little bit close to time, this week we are going to cover our roster and why we've picked it. And then next week we'll start with SummerSlam and we will go through to Survivor Series.
Yeah, that's fair
That's a
enough.
good call.
So,
Right.
I will go first.
Now, as an
with-
independent adjudicator, I should just point out that I flipped a coin first earlier, and we determined who would get which brand and who would get first pick.
Jammy.
So-
And it was worked out that Nathan would have Raw, and Matt Burns would have SmackDown, and that Nathan would get the first draft pick. Just so that people are in the know.
So, as my first round draft pick, I went for revenue and rights, with Raw being the A show,
You want the guy who's going to shift
Please.
this merchandise, quite clearly.
and I also want the guy that can carry a 3-hour show still,
Yeah.
which is Joanne Cena.
Joanne.
GR!
No. But you can pronounce it
Cena.
correctly.
Jeremiah.
No, yeah, you can pronounce it correctly. Because we do have a certain sound girl who's listening in.
Yes, a favourite character, John Cena.
There you go.
Beautiful.
And for SmackDown, my first pick, he is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles!
I should probably just explain the parameters that we've done this under as well.
Oh yeah, that
So,
would help.
we went for a minimum of 4 tag teams, a minimum of 4 female wrestlers,
Hang on.
And a minimum of 20 talents on each side, plus
That's fine.
the second tier champion on each brand as well. So that's
Yeah.
a total of 21.
Yeah.
and then the heavyweight, the tag titles, and the women's title are floating at the moment, which is what we think will happen with
Yeah,
it.
Because
which I think will be the best. That would be the best choice.
We think that's the most logical course of action.
Because it opens so many doors as well.
So, you probably won't like what we've done. You'll probably be like, well, that person doesn't deserve to be drafted there. But we've gone for people we wanted if we were doing the draft.
Ourselves.
That's
and
one of the main-
This is more of a personal choice for each of
and
us.
to be fair, that's one of the main points of doing this as well. It is a talking point. You may disagree, but that's good. It's to get you talking as much as anything.
And also with the roster that we've currently got, not everything's going to at first seem like, oh, that's not going to go well with this and this. But we're
But
going to
that's-
mould
that's-
it into to make it work. To also just to see if it gets you interested.
But anyway, so if we just run through quickly your top 5 picks each and why, just let's do this
Oh,
quickly.
not necessarily. We'll do it back and forth.
Yeah, your top 5 back and forth. But okay, so you've gone for your number 1, which was
AJ Styles, the phenomenal one.
John Cena.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So who's your number 2 pick?
I just want to point something out. It took me 5 minutes to pick mine. It took Matt Burns 3 hours.
I would just like to say as well, as the independent adjudicator sat in the room, every time I said, right, what's your next pick, Nate? He said a name. What's your next pick, Matt Burns? I'm not
Take
sure.
him to,
I can't think.
whoa. I'm having to do the chase up. He got the first pick.
Yeah, but the thing is, every time you said a name, he then said his next name and left you back in the brown stuff again.
So at number 2, I went for
Really?
Seth Rollins.
which straight away upset me.
Yeah, not least because you wanted to pick him.
I went for someone who can carry a brand, decent on the mic, decent matches.
I can also say,
The
I
future.
can understand why you picked him.
On,
Definitely.
on the day when he finally learns how to do the pedigree properly, the total package.
At number 3, I went for Cesaro.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, hang on. Have we missed
I thought I
out?
thought I was going to go with mine.
Well, you just said do 5
Okay,
in
yeah.
a row.
Okay,
yeah.
go for it.
So I went for Cesaro. Decent match builder. Can have main event matches, can have mid-card matches. Don't matter where you stick him on Raw or on the shows.
He looks well.
He's going to hold the place on the
He's
card.
yeah, absolutely. He's going to keep the crowd invested as well, which is what you need.
At number 4, I went for the Demon. I'd called up the Demon.
He called up the demon.
I went for Finn Balor. And at number 5, I went for the Samoan Submission Machine.
As you can see, NXT has been heavily pillaged for this. And quite rightly so, because there's more than enough capable guys down there. They
Definitely.
might as well get their call up. And where else but in a fantasy draft? Okay, so your top 5, Matt Burns.
As we stated earlier, AJ Styles. Also, just to point this rule out, tag teams are also being tag teams are actually being
Counted as one
counted
pick.
as one, where factions are not.
Yeah. So say, for example, if you went the Wyatt family, you'd have to pick them individually.
No, except for
maybe-
except for Luke Harper and
Eric Rowan.
Eric Rowan,
Yeah.
which are a tag team.
Whereas, however, tag teams count as one pick, which explains your second pick.
My second pick being the Club, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
Yep. Which makes sense when you figure your first pick was AJ Styles. Yep, that's cool. Your third pick,
Sami Zayn.
which
And
kind of means automatically your fourth pick has to be,
Kevin Owens.
because
And
any idiot knows
also,
those two
also
together
just to point
is
out,
money.
Also, just to point out, there was an actual decision over because we're going to be jumping at SummerSlam. There's already going to be a Money in the Bank winner, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which we actually agreed on doing. You know, we did like a bit of an agreement on who. You know, there was a decider. I got the lucky pick, and shockingly, Kevin Owens became Mr. Money in the Bank.
In your fantasy booking line.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
And number 5.
Here's the man whose name you can't pronounce, even
I
after
can,
saying
actually,
it
I, can
500
actually, I can
times.
actually pronounce it quite fine. Spelling it is a different story. But I know he's not in Nathan's picks.
No, which is why you picked him, because
Jisui Nakamura.
I think, for those of you listening in English, what Matt Burns was trying to say there was Shinsuke Nakamura. He didn't have his teeth in, though. So
I
we'll
did
forgive
have
him.
my teeth in. I just had pronounced it correctly.
So, I'll jump in with my next 5. I went for Enzo and Big Cass, the hottest tag team in WWE at the moment. Great reaction. He's got the gift of gab and the gift of jab. Because how you doing? And then I went for Paige.
Good pick.
Decent wrestler, 2-time women's champion, 1-time NXT champion. Can hold decent matches, total package. And then I went for the boss, Sasha Banks.
Again,
turn a
can't
heel.
fault that.
And away we go. Strong heel. Her and Paige could have matches that could blow the roof off places.
Now, some people might be asking why this is number 6 on mine. Originally,
I haven't done yet.
Oh, sorry,
We're
sorry.
going in chunks of 5.
Sorry, carry on. Do
At
apologise.
number 9, I went for the show off, Dolph Ziggler.
He's here to show the
Understandable.
world.
And then at 10, I went for the Usos.
Dependable tag team. Can't go wrong with them. Not everyone's cup of tea, but a dependable tag team. You know they'll put on a good match.
No. You can also say they are a good, dependable
They'll
team.
put on a good match. Yeah. Okay, so your next 5.
My number 6 wasn't my original pick. We had to have a bit of a trade agreement earlier.
After a furious game of rock, paper, scissors.
No, we had a bit of a trade-off, didn't we? We agreed.
Yeah, because he went 18 turns with forgetting to draft her.
Yeah.
I got the ravishing Russian, Lana,
Okay.
just to play as my US champion. Which would be Rusev.
Well, there's another one of your picks. Yeah. That's
Well, it's not an actual pick, he's actually
Well, yeah,
automatic.
yeah.
Because he's US champion, as he
Which
will
will
have
go
the
without
RC
saying,
champion, which will have the Miz.
Which means he also gets Maurice whether he wants
Which,
to or not.
which Maurice technically automatically goes with Miz, because
Yeah.
technically she doesn't actually have
As I said,
a wrestling contract.
whether he wants her or not.
Exactly.
Okay, so you've gone for Lana.
7.
And,
Asuka.
yeah. dependable talent.
who was the current NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, it's looking quite likely that you've gone for the more kick people's teeth out way of doing wrestling so far, but yeah.
Number 8. This might have upset Raw, Paige on Raw. Alberto Del Rio is on SmackDown.
Have you seen the tattoo she's just had done?
No.
She had Poppy tattooed on the inside of her finger.
And what, sorry?
Pappy. P-A-P-I.
Yeah, I
Think
guess.
Mexican.
The second, yeah. Okay.
Or it could be a tribute to somebody else.
Because she's with Alberto Del
I
Rio.
believe I did mention that last time I was here and you shot me down in flames.
Oh!
Oh, well, I did actually think...
Just fired! He's back!
Well, it's about time you got something right.
True.
Fucking according to you, fucking...
The
The Mexican sensation's English.
Alberto Del Rio is purely and 100% Mexican. Thank you very much. I don't know what else you possibly mean.
We'll move on.
Fucking Alligero, I apologise to Alligero. It doesn't say the English sensation.
He's the Mexican sensation. Anyway, moving on. Number 9.
And I never claimed otherwise, you can't prove it, so sue me.
I have a
I'm not
report.
saying anything to that one. I'm pretty sure that some fans could actually do that, but we're going to get messed over this, aren't we?
Yeah, well,
Great. And then
just
moving
because
on.
I actually got something right, Mr. Nathan decided he wants to take out the Undertaker's finest shovel and bury me with it. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Whoa. He does have John Cena. so he has the right to bury you. Sorry. Anyway, number 9. Baron Corbin,
Interesting pick.
the Lone Wolf. Because I think he is a natural heel. He's not somebody who's going to be very, very liked. Kind of reminds me of somebody here.
What, the natural heel? I wonder who you could be
A
talking
natural
about.
heel. Anyway, moving
I
on.
didn't realise Kelsey had joined us.
No.
The fucking man that can't fuck off right.
And number 10, the Dudleys.
2 for 1, fair enough. Experienced tag team. Understand why you've picked them, even if maybe Nathan can't.
If you want to explain, if you want to put your own on each pick, go for it.
In all fairness, I understand the Dudleys. They're just not using Bubba Ray Dudley right. You've got an ex-world champion there, and you treated him like he's an ex-television champion. Never mind world champion. He's held the same title as Ric fucking Flair.
Not technically. but
Nope.
She has the same heritage from the NWA
Not
title.
Nope.
since 2011 when they split from the
It doesn't.
NWA.
They split away from the NWA.
I still classed as an NWA belt.
That's in your mind.
Ultimate value, though.
In the world of, for what titles are worth.
In Nathan's mind, yeah.
It isn't anything
it's in
to do.
Nathan's
It's
mind.
not the same title at all. But anyway,
Moving
I get what
on.
you're saying. They're treating him wrong for a former world champion. But I reckon that just goes to show WWE's general level of contempt for
Didn't
TNA.
Mick Foley hold that title?
Yes, for about a month. Even though he didn't do so much as defend it, I don't think.
So if Mick... I'm not doing that.
Go on.
If a battered, crippled man like Mick Foley could hold the TNA World title, in all fairness, fucking Bubba Ray's probably better off not bringing that up.
Well, I didn't like to mention that, but yeah, since you put it like that, you're probably not far wrong.
You could, but the way they did it with Mick Foley, it didn't look right.
It struck me as somewhat of a sort of, holy shit, we need to get some attention.
It was like-
mainstream media attention.
At first,
Let's
it
throw the
looked
title
like they
on
were
the
doing it for
cripple.
shock value, but then they had him saying, "I'm never defending this title. I'm going to be walking away after this." But they then had him defend it, and then he lost. It was like it does seem like they just did it just because he's an ex-WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Essentially, it was TNA booking. That is an
At that
explanation
time,
in
it was
itself.
when
Shall we
TNA
move
just
on?
looked at it and just went, "We'll give whoever joins us a World Heavyweight title."
Right, so I'll move on to my next 5 picks. So
Yep.
I have got the Vaude Villains.
Good choice. I can also say good choice in that because they're actually a good natural heel. they're doing something a bit different, a bit unusual.
Yeah, I was watching live, like on the last pay-per-view, and so I get the sense that there's maybe something with the main roster audience that isn't clicking with them, but
It's not clicking with Vince.
I think give them time.
They need blue pants.
Damn right they do.
True.
No,
However,
you know what I mean? I don't think they're quite the total package
However, one of the members of Raw Villains, because of a certain outfit, also got pointed out looking like a certain dictator from history, which didn't exactly look great.
Yes.
At number 12, I've gone for the Revival.
Yeah, genuinely solid tag team.
Definitely mean as hell. No, they don't. What's that
No
saying?
flips, just fists.
Yeah, pretty much.
At 13, I have gone for the Shock. I went
I did
all
not
the way
see this
to
coming.
downtown. I took a sharp left by, are you fucking stupid lane?
And found himself lost up the one-way street of what the fuck was he thinking boulevard.
Even I've got to say, what were you thinking?
I'm thinking Heat.
No denying it.
No,
There's a bucket load of it follows all around.
wait. There's Heat, and then there's pretty much destroying yourself. Heat.
Put it
Well-
this way,
But I can understand why he's done it.
it's tough.
I can
Constant
understand.
you can't wrestle chance, and it doesn't put her off, so...
You have to give him a due.
Yeah.
I will give him the due.
If
The-
you want to put someone over,
Yeah.
True, but I will put the hand up and say, regardless of how they're not the best, they are still trying.
Yes, and like I said, constant hostile crowd reactions.
Yeah.
They're not getting scared by it, so
Correct.
props to them for that.
at 14,
Yeah,
I've
that's
got
what our name was, yeah.
We need you, mate.
We haven't
We
revealed the
need
name.
Oh.
you to name
Eva
them.
Marie.
Even though everyone could have guessed.
Miss or red.
Yeah.
At 14, I've gone for Chris Jericho. Solid, steady hand there for 6 out of 12 months.
Dependable.
I can write him off and then I can bring him back in for a long-term storyline. And then at 15, as long as she recovers from her surgery, I've gone Nikki Bella.
Have you got... Just in
If
case
she doesn't recover, I would look at bringing in... I'd look at bringing in Carmella.
Okay.
I can understand, but if I'm not mistaken, she's not in the rest of your picks.
No.
No, but
So-
that's just a sort of if
True,
she doesn't
true,
recover.
but there is like the sort of random draft that will happen.
Well, for the rest, to fill out the rest of the roster.
For
Yeah.
the rest of the roster, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. So your next 5.
My next 5. This one had somebody raising their eyebrows.
This was almost as much of an eyebrow raiser as Eva Marie on Nathan's side, but half of them is dependable.
That's the reason why I went with it. It's because we've got one person who could be a good mid-carder,
Solid, dependable, one-day
But-
IC
but-
champ.
yeah, but we've also got a possible good face tag team as well. And the Hype Bros.
Worst tag team name ever. Obviously not. You've thought of a worse one.
Would you like to tell him what Fandango and Tyler Breeze is?
No.
Go on,
No!
go on.
Freeze Dango! Freeze fucking Dango!
Okay, not
It
the
sounds
worst.
more like you've been tangoed! Christ!
The apple or orange.
I don't care! It's terrible!
Watermelon by the sound of it. The colour he's going over there.
Number 12.
The current NXT champions, American Alphas.
Tag team champions. Yeah.
No,
Ready,
NXT.
Willing, and Gable.
Yeah.
Correct. What do you think of them?
Decent tag team.
Have you seen them?
Great tag team. Yeah. Be interesting to see when they do get brought up how well they cope in front of the larger crowds. But I can't see it being a problem.
I think the
for
fact
them.
that what also interested me is the fact that they've somehow managed to get Gable's name being chanted in Kurt Angle's theme.
At 13,
13, Becky Lynch.
the last kicker.
That it is.
No
Number
questions
14.
about that.
Will someone do the extra bit when I mentioned the middle bit for me? Dean
Fucking
Ambrose.
The man who I would just like to point out, if I had a horse in this, would have been my number 1 draft pick.
And
Quite
if you had a horse, it would have fallen at the hurdle and never made it anywhere.
And probably been shot on
would
sight.
have been in the Evo Stick factory as we speak, but that's not
No,
the
no,
point.
no. It would have fallen at the first hurdle, looked at it, it's got a broken leg, and then
Yes,
shot.
that's what I'm saying. Straight for the Evo Stick factory.
Pretty
Two
much.
for 15.
Number 15, this was a bit of a surprise.
Apollo Crews.
I wasn't sure whether to be surprised you picked him or surprised that no one picked him sooner.
I want to go with. I've actually seen his work on the British scene, on the independent scene.
Is you Nation.
As you, yeah,
Yeah, I have as well. And, yeah.
he knows.
Genuinely knows
got
what
it,
he's doing,
He knows
yeah.
what he's doing. If given the right attitude, right push, he can go somewhere.
Absolutely.
Right, so I'll do 16 through. So I've got Sheamus at 16, ex-world champion, decent mid-carder,
Good
nice
hand.
heel.
Good hand.
17, I had Dana Brooke,
Well,
which was off you.
which
Originally
was
was-
Lorna,
Until
Yeah,
you
but
two
we had
did
the
your
deal
little
of
trade.
switching.
Yeah.
At 18, I've got Big Show, see Sheamus.
Yeah.
At 19, I've gone for Bray Wyatt. A little bit injury prone, needs to build himself up. Could do with a nice heel though. He's
Yeah.
there. And at number 20, I have gone for the Golden Brizzle. The Golden Truth.
Golden truth.
The golden truth. What? I don't understand. Why Matt
Golden
Burns is
truth.
now looking confused.
Also, it just sounded a bit close to a certain name that I used to hear all the time.
And then after, at 21, I've got The Miz.
Well,
with
you
Maurice.
automatically get him anyway.
You get the Miz as the champion and therefore Maurice, because
She doesn't actually have a wrestling contract.
wherever he goes, she follows.
Oh, of course, it's his wife.
Yeah. And of course, you've, as the other champion,
The only
you've
problem
got
is,
Rusev as
I
the-
don't
yeah.
I didn't exactly have the option to actually keep Lana, because she actually does have a wrestling contract,
Yeah, well.
even though she is actually married to Rusev.
So there you go. There are the main
That's
two.
Raw.
Yeah.
And for SmackDown,
Oh, yeah.
you're jumping the gun
Yeah,
already,
I'm-
JB. Oh, look at you already. You're only messing up. Make me
Coming-
impartial.
Coming from you.
Anyway,
Quiet and read your choices.
quiet and read your choices. I've got to speak, so I can't be quiet. Anyway, 16, Lucha Dragons.
Yeah? Good tag team.
Good tag team, and also not quite good decent individuals as well.
Yep.
17, Nia Jax.
Not the finished article yet, but bags of potential.
Yeah, exactly. That it's something to work with.
I'm
To work
surprised you ever went for Natalia.
I think it was more that he didn't think of her than that he didn't go
Oh
for
no,
her,
no! I did think of it, but I just thought it'd be seeing as you had Dana Brooke, the open for you. But anyway, 18. Hey Bailey.
Promise me you'll never do that again.
I don't make promises to you.
Damn. Anyway, proven commodity, Bailey. Good choice. Number 19.
The greatest man that ever lived,
In
Oh.
his opinion.
in his opinion.
I've had Joker.
No, he's the greatest of all time.
You know, he's the greatest in the world, best in the world. I've got the greatest man that ever lived in his mind.
Who is?
A double. Austin Aries.
Yep, and obviously you get Rusev as the US champion, but who's your last choice?
My last choice would be the big red machine. You know, the devil. You know, the devil's favorite demon, Kane.
As the Devil's favourite demon, or as the Devil's favourite office employee with a suit on?
If I'm going to be bringing him, there's no way he's going to be in a suit.
That's what I was hoping you'd say.
Hell no.
Right, so I'll just quickly go through my announced team.
Yep, okay.
So my announced team, I'll have very experience. So as my 3-team announcement, I've gone for JBL, Corey Graves, and Renee Young to give Renee Young a chance to do play-by-play.
Which is, I can understand why.
Wasted on the pre-show.
She is very quite.
I've gone for Stephanie McMahon as GM, and then I've gone for JoJo's my ring announcer.
Understandable. Yep, which kind of left you sort of picking from scraps as far as the ring announcers go.
Not really.
I'll have to have a full roster.
Left me quite a good ring announcer actually.
Well, okay.
Are you telling me?
I'm going solely on my opinion of the people who are left. Not on anyone else's.
Ring announcers.
You're on about commentators.
Yes, I'm talking about
Yeah,
commentators.
say right.
Did I say ring announcers?
Yes, you did.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I think Lillian Garcia may want to slap you if she had to meet you.
I was talking about commentators. I may not have said that.
You
right.
completely messed up.
The point being commentators. Who are your three?
Miro Ronaldo. I can never
Mauro
pronounce
Ranallo.
Mauro Ronaldo. Yeah, I can never pronounce his name right. I do apologise.
Mario Ronaldo. There you
Mario
go. That'll
Ronaldo.
teach you how to say
That's
it wrong
fine.
on purpose.
That's fine.
The guy that punches mushrooms and a fat former
thi-
footballer.
No. I think the fact is, I think he's a very, very good play-by-play. He was actually hired for his style. I actually think he's quite good at what
And
he
to
does.
complete Matt Burns' pick,
We have two more.
we
We
have-
have Jerry the King Lawler, who, as we know, is a regular for WWE
Yeah.
and quite stable. And the third pick, which a lot of people didn't think of, he has actually done it before on NXT.
yeah,
William Regal,
interesting
who
choice.
actually does have a
Which,
vast knowledge of wrestling.
Which leaves Joey Styles and the coach as the team on NXT, I think.
And it leaves you with Shane in charge.
And I've got Shane McMahon. Oh, and you also get Baron Saxon as well.
Oh,
NXT.
and the man who didn't get picked by either of you, Raw's lead announcer, Mr. Michael Cole.
I'd leave him as a producer.
Yeah,
Probably safest.
definitely.
Okay.
Right, so that's our choices. If you want to get in touch with your top 20 list, you can do that at theburningtruth@outlook.com.
You can also do top tens to save time.
Yeah. But
Or-
it'd be interesting to see who you draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to see how much the people listening's opinions differ from you two's.
So,
Right now, from your point of view, how do you think he's done his, and then how do you think I've done mine?
There are players I like on both sides, but if I had to weigh it up on the basis of the whole roster, it's a close call.
The difference is my Nathan Side's got current events at the moment in time where mine's going to have some future developments having to be used, I think. But if done in the right way, it's going to be quite
I've got to be
interesting.
honest, there's the odd person on one list that I would like to see, but there are quite a few that I wouldn't as well. So I have to actually say,
Give you honest
on that
opinion.
basis, I'd rather watch SmackDown. On the basis of that draft.
Fair enough.
On the basis of those people. Although, obviously, what you're going to go into in future weeks is what you'll do with them.
I'll be honest with you.
My mind may change.
I'm quite interested. I was quite surprised at that myself. I thought you would have gone Raw, possibly. Because of the current
There's a
events.
couple of, like I said, there's a couple of people on Raw who I'm going to miss not seeing if I can only watch one. But equally, there's a couple I'm glad I don't have to see. So that's what
Fair enough.
pretty much everyone, with the possible exception of the Hype Bros, that you picked on SmackDown, I don't mind seeing.
Trust me. For what I've got in store for the Hype Bros.
you've done SmackDown as an indie person's wet dream. If you could wank over a show, SmackDown would be a porno.
I'm not doing it like that.
I
I'm not-
don't like to possibly endorse a statement like that, but I think you're right.
Possibly. However, I'm not going to be doing it typically just down that road. I'm not going to be doing it like that.
Well, you are, though.
I'm not.
Don't get me wrong, going forward with those two rosters, it will be interesting to watch both shows because then they're both going to provide very different shows. So that's
Different
what you want
shows,
from a
different
brand
styles
split.
and everything.
Exactly.
But
So
at the
it's
same
worked
time,
as a brand
there
split.
is one difference that's going to actually be added. There's actually going to be more story, potentially.
Well, yeah.
And
with-
people like Brock Lesnar can go
Where have
between
that
shows.
Well, come on.
as-
Can you see someone walking up to Brock and going, "You're only going to be on Raw"? Yeah, right.
Undertaker and Triple H are free as well.
As I would imagine. When it comes to
Undertaker will be
injuries,
because
Randy Orton.
he's pretty much.
Randy Orton will be signed to someone once we know when his injury is.
Yeah.
We'll probably toss a coin.
Triple H can pretty much go wherever he wants, seeing as
As
he's
can,
the COO.
Yeah, as we said, as can Undertaker and
Brock Lesnar,
Brock Lesnar,
who
yeah.
I'm not being funny, well, like we previously stated, he goes wherever the hell he pleases.
yeah.
Right, so that actually leaves us quite nice for this week.
It does.
So, where can we find the Thunder Bastard?
You can find me talking
It
nonsense.
doesn't matter where we can find you!
How long did I have to wait for that? Oh. It's only been, 3-4 times I've been here and you haven't done that yet. I've been waiting. Thank you for finally living down to my expectations.
So where can we find you, Matt Burns?
Whoa, I thought...
It doesn't matter where we
I
can
thought
find
it
him.
doesn't matter.
Good point. You can either find...
I found him on a street corner if people want to know.
You did not. It's a scandalous lie.
Well, that's actually believable, though.
We
Could be.
pulled over and he jumped in. He went, guys, I'm lonely.
I'm lonely, I need help. Feed me.
And
Feed me!
at which point Matt Burns woke up from his nightmare.
Are you saying
Or
that?
possibly-
Are you saying that you actually fed yourself?
I'm saying that's not a topic that is relevant for the podcast. Move on.
There we go. He's proved our point.
Right, so next point. Where can we find
Well, you
you?
can find me.
Let's see where we can find
You
Mr. JB.
You can find me on Twitter at Johnny_Blaze_08. Talking nonsense between records on Monday night between 11 PM and 1 AM, and Wednesday night between 9 and 11 PM on Six Towns Radio, which is available.
Don't show us our names either.
Yeah, that would be Esoteric, the Monday show, 11 till 1, and the Britpop Anthems show, Wednesday 9 till 11, on Six Towns Radio, which you can find at www.sixtowns.co.uk
Or on Tuner.
or on TuneIn Radio, and there are also apps for both Android and fruit-based mobile phone providers.
Correct.
And you
And,
can find him on his own podcast.
As
You
well.
certainly can. Also find me on my own podcast app, which is called And Look at That, which has its own Twitter page as well, at And Look at That, and which is posted on YouTube and Mixcloud.
Cloud.
And the next instalment of which will be recorded shortly after Le Mans next month, may well feature...
I
on
will be
Nathan.
there.
Yeah, he will be there.
He will be there.
Cross-promotion. Never did anyone any harm.
It doesn't talk.
Unless
Okay.
your name's Mike Olsen.
You can also...
Oh!
Ouch!
Oh!
You can also find me most days on Xbox Live. The game tag is FTR Blaze. I mainly play driving games, but don't let that stop you. I'm rubbish at them.
So,
Pardon?
where can we find Matt Burns?
Right. Anyway, you can find me at
On street corners.
No.
At
Yes.
prostitutes' houses.
No.
No, in the police
Bad
station.
Nath. Bad Nath.
In the police station after refusing to pay whilst at the prostitute's house.
Bad Blaze.
Fucking because his bank's called him too cheap.
How you doing?
How you doing? Well, my bank called me cheap again. I was going so well.
Right.
Really, not the truth, lads.
Really?
Anyway,
Anyway, where can we
Moving
find
on, you can
Matt
find me
Burns?
at Matt Burns UK on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter at Matt
The bad boy.
Burns. You can also guaranteed always find us, well, both me and Nate on The Burning Truth, which Nathan will actually clearly state the Facebook page and Twitter page, and also the actual email, which has already been previously mentioned. And you can also find me on my own website, which is www.matt-burns.co.uk, which actually where you can actually go on there just to have a look at some news, merchandise, and etc. And also get in touch with me through there. And you can actually contact me on Xbox, which is Matt Burns, and hopefully in the near future as well, which we have actually already previously mentioned. We have actually got some Twitch pages, or some gaming page, gaming online gaming coming up soon. Correct?
Which will be going live.
Which will be going live. My channel's already up, but currently not actually being new, which is Matt_Burns_TV. Nathan will probably be mentioning this once it's created in the near future, most likely. Anyway, where can we find the man, the myth, the legend?
You
Nathan
can
Goff.
find me in pool halls. I'm actually practicing for the Plaza Open and the Staff Masters. It's taking some time. I've actually played every night this week so far.
And if I'm not mistaken, aren't we the proud sponsors of the
Yeah,
Plaza Doubles?
we are proud sponsor of the Plaza Doubles. I'm closing in on my first league title with my brother, which has actually been a pleasure this year.
Fantastic.
It's actually brought us closer together as a family, because we don't usually get to spend that much time together, so that's brought us closer.
But that's good. That's good.
You can find me on Xbox at Alexander Owens. You can find us at burningtruthoutlook.com. We are on Twitter at Wrestling's Fourth Wall,
That we are.
which isn't spelled like wrestling,
Isn't
it's
it?
wrestling.
There's no T in it.
Yeah,
But if people do actually type in The Burning Truth actually on Twitter, they'll find us in some way.
we're on Facebook at The Burning Truth. You can also find us at Matt as a Merch, or basically like
I'm not!
it's basically I've created a game. It's a little bit like Where's Wally, but with a Matt Burns singlet in there. If you can spot Matt Burns with his feather bows.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, really. He just went there.
I may have to send out some cease and desists. Just maybe.
No, you won't, because that will reduce your already minuscule merchandise sales. If
At
he
least I
stopped
have
promoting
sales
it.
compared to you.
And apart from that, you can find us on everywhere like that. So that's a nice episode this week. Send me your list through, and we will be back next week on the same channel, same time, and the same place.
As usual. So, but if there is any changes,
We'll let you know.
we will let you know, and hopefully, if when the actual the gaming does begin, we'll also let you know on the Facebook and Twitter pages as well.
Other than that, though,
Stay well, and on that bombshell.
Good night and good riddance.
to the pub.